Oh yeah, what you think of the game today? 4-0 up, cruising. Pep Linders runs over to Klopp and says, "Come on, we put a couple of changes on there. The game disappears then." Anyway, it was a good win, nevertheless. A win that we needed, and a win that was needed. I'll just say that because we can't go through the next couple of weeks, uh, scraping the barrel again, if you know what I mean. But anyway, uh, I just don't know, I don't know about those substitutions. Why didn't he just let them carry on? Why didn't he just let them carry on? Well, anyway, let's see what you lads are saying. Let's see what you lads are saying. Chris Tix. Greetings, Frank and Shatters. Well done, Reds. Gave the Spurs fans some favours at the end, but also great to see young Stefan Batatic back on the field. But he'll be fine in the holding. Yeah, I was quite surprised to see him because Spurs just go at you, especially that Richarlison. He just goes at you. And as soon as he came on, Batatic, as you said, he's rusty. Absolutely. I think that was his first game, wasn't it, since last year? Missed the whole of this season. I wouldn't have put him on. I'm being honest. That's just made up. But they must have thought, well, there's no way they're going to come back here. See, they're vital mistakes to make. They're vital mistakes to make. Anyway. That Harvey Elliott goal was sublime. No keeper's getting that. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The way he took it. The way he took it. And that's what I mean. We were cruising. We were cruising. When that went in. Then the subs. And the subs. Youssef Salah was tremendous today, I thought. I felt like he had to prove something to the fans, and he did. He did. He was great. Absolutely. And he got the assist as well to Elliott, didn't he? So that's a great thing. That's a great thing for Mo to come on. Well, not to come on, but, to play the game and played very well. Scored a goal. Should have netted another. I don't know how we missed that, but it could have easily been 7-2. How did Darwin miss that open goal? Harvey was world class today. Also, Gakpo, Robbo, brilliant. Nunez, outside the borders. I was going to ask you what you think of Darwin today. I thought he'd come on. and prove himself. He misses chances like that. The commentator, I don't know what years we're watching, I think it was Jim Beglan, he said he had all the time to stop it and take it around the keeper because the keeper committed himself and just slotted in. And he's done that a few times this season, hasn't he, where he could have easily have gone around the keeper, but he's just blasted it at the keeper. The goal there, Salah scored, the offside. Can't keep onside. Remember, I said like before, I said he keeps getting caught offside constantly. I've said that many times, and he did it again. And it was a cracking goal as well. Well worked out. Viewers, kids, I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. And there's my team. 100 where you'd be. Some of the passion, some of the football was absolutely brilliant. And Darryl says Spurs were way more dangerous when Richarlison. Yeah, they were. But they were the subs as well. Our subs. Think about it. I'm not having a go at Joe Gomez or, but young Batatic, he's dead rusty, that kid. He hasn't played. And he got caught a couple of times in midfield with the ball. Luckily enough, there was fouls on him. Do you think Gakpo, it was a genuine call for a penalty? I did. And that Gary Neville said to him, oh, he fell over. He touched him. He touched him. He touched his foot as he was going through. How can he get... Jesus, I don't know. And as Lee says, yeah, we needed it for sure. And again, he carries on by saying Gomez was great defensively when he came on. I totally agree with there, Lee. Ash Lynn. Big up, Frank. Big up you as well, Ash. Big up you too, fella. Ali Noose, our Romanian friend. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Ali. Hope you well, says Ali. Happy Easter for all the Orthodox people out there, including me. Yes, happy Easter, Ali. Happy Easter. Because it's the Christian Orthodox Easter, isn't it? And it's a very special day today. So well done. Well done. Goodwin says the red machine. Like that. The red machine. Red bait. Darrell not saying Salah was bad because he wasn't. But he wasn't brilliant. Now, Harvey was my man of the match. Do you know what? Let's be honest. I've always said, I'm not just saying this. And I think people might just agree with me. I don't know. Or disagree. I've always said that young Harvey Elliott is better coming off the bench. But I think he had to play him today. And he was everywhere. He was everywhere. He was absolutely brilliant. And as you said, as everyone says, that goal was absolutely incredible. It really was. And TW, even Frank got 3 points today. But when you go 4-0 up, we need to shut up shop. Yes. Biggest mistake was bringing Stefan on. He was too rusty for that open game. Yes. I said. Just let me go through these, JK, and I want your comments.
That's cool. That's cool.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine, bro.
George sent me a message. He's been at the game, you see, and he said, can I come on after 8 o'clock? I said, yeah, okay. Ali says, Darwin have no confidence nowadays, but as well, hate towards him make it worse. Darwin loses calm in front of the goal and misses. He needs to calm down.
Perfect.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. Darwin's my favourite player. I just want the guy to score goals, I love his attitude. But since he's got injured, he hasn't been the same. So I don't know what's up with him. Bless him.
Well, the same was Mo Salah, wasn't it, when he got injured?
People were moaning.
But injuries, they do heal. It's the way it goes anyway.
Yep.
That was a pen on Gakpo because I said before, JK.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a penalty on Gakpo?
Oh, yeah.
It definitely was. He never got it. Absolutely crazy. Phil Neville, Gary Neville, he said he dived. He did a belly flop.
He did a belly flop, yeah.
And fell over his foot.
If that was Rashford,
Yeah,
he would have said that's a penalty straight away. So,
exactly. Yeah, these pundits are absolutely.
they're so biased. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes. And Ali says, but guys, in the same time, let's be honest. Spurs were awful today. I don't know how they scored twice. Yes, great.
Mhm.
Totally agree. Freaking hell. Harvey to man of the match by a mile, says Darrell. My words on Gakpo, brilliant on the left.
I remember Daryl back in the days. I said Gakpo, he's all right, and he was like, he started calling me Gakpo because I was supporting him. Same as Harvey Elliott. As me and you, I think we agree on a lot of things. And I said Harvey Elliott needs to improve his crossing in game, and ever since then, he's actually doing that. So it's good to see.
Dean O'Brien, Dean. He says, played Reds. Cracking game of footy that. Elliott and Gakpo were great today. Got emotional at the end with Jürgen. And he says, for FC, I'm going to be in bits at the last game.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Enjoy today then, Dino.
I've had an awful weekend, JK.
Mm-hmm.
Worst weekend of my life. Do you know that? I'll tell you about it in a moment.
Okay.
We got Frank, great win, says John Conway. Hey, John. Red Bird. I was surprised they didn't give them a penalty when going. Yeah. If it had been earlier in the season, they defo would have given it. Yeah.
They were tempted, I believe.
Yeah. Mr. Lovely G. And even a Frank and chat, a good show of character today. I really needed that win today. No. I keep losing Wi-Fi connection. Much love. I think it's happening all around. I'm no great physicist, but I do know a little bit about physics, to be honest. And it's atmospheric. And what happens with the change in the seasons, the atmosphere changes. So the things from the signals from the satellite, hits and bounces. It hits and bounces back up, and some get through. And that's why there are some inconsistencies with the Wi-Fi. Well, that's my excuse, anyway. That's my excuse. What are you laughing at, JK? You must have thought, behave. What are you going on about?
There's a reason behind everything.
There is a reason. Ali says, yeah, I've got to ask you about this. That miss from Salah was world-class miss. Was a world-class miss. But Salah does well today. Not great, but well. What do you think? Come on, JK. That miss.
You know what it was? He was thinking the guy in front of him was about to kick it. And that's what his body, when I looked at Salah, he thought that guy was yeah. And that's what happened there. He thought he's gonna get it, and he didn't get it. Ended up hitting his part of his body and stuff. But Salah, for me, played really well today. He was sort of sharp again. That sharp Salah. Not that, I wouldn't even say bad Salah. Even a bad Salah gets goals, gets penalties, gets maybe even an assist. A bad Salah. And today he was great. Probably could have scored more, actually. But it was just good to see. Good to see.
Yeah. Well, he missed the shit, but it wasn't his fault, because you're right there, because his body language, as that ball came to him, his body language changed.
Surprise,
He was going to his left.
Yeah.
Now, if he would have been going to his right, he could have hit it with his left. Is that more physics?
Yeah.
So that's why he hit it with his right, and it just bubbled out, you know. But you see the relief of the Spurs players. The
Yeah, yeah.
relief was enormous. Oh, that was a gone in. But I'm glad you're there. Glad you said that there, JK. Lewis, kid, it was nice to see Harvey starting, but in his position as well, not right wing. Yes.
Yeah, he's a go-between guy. I like his energy. Doing well, played well.
And the red bird says, Happy Easter, praise the Lord. Hallelujah there, brother. Yeah, I want you to comment on this beautiful thing here. I really do. Red bird. Great hearing. I'm so glad ringing around Anfield. What do you think?
Not my favourite song, but it was good that the fans were singing it for Klopp.
Well, that's it. They are singing it for him.
Yeah, they're doing it for him.
Yeah.
And even like Klopp does, back in the days, Klopp used to do the fist bumps now and again. Like now he's like, sod this, I'm doing it every time. If we win, I'm doing it. So
yeah, absolutely. So his last fist pump at Anfield against Wolves is going to be something else. Ali Noose. Trust my words, if Darwin will work on his finish, he will be the great attacker out there. His pace, aggression, movement are top. I've got a problem with him. Two problems really. One is that he gets caught too much offside. If he can hold that line, he'll put everybody in. And I mean everybody. Like Mo Salah today, it was a brilliant pass right across the 6-yard box. Mo running it, get it. And he was caught. He just went too soon. What do you think?
yeah, I think with him, the problem with certain players with like him, they have an on and an off button. When it's off, it's off. When it's on, it's on. He's not. There's no in between. It's either or. With him, but for me, Darwin is. I just want him to stay at Liverpool because like over the years, we've had a lot of South American sort of Spanish sort of players who've come and been successful. Torres, Suarez, Bobby Firmino. So for me, Darwin sort of fits in that way, and I just think something has happened over the last 2 months. Ever since he's been injured, something happened because before that injury, he was on fire. He was playing good. And so, when you haven't seen a player do anything, I mean, even Gravenberch just scored a nice goal the other week, So, like Gakpo as well, he scored today, that nice little header, If you don't ever see him do that, I don't feel that fans can complain. Like, if a player does it in one game, 2 games, and then doesn't do it again for a long time, I know people are going to get annoyed, but it's in there somewhere. And it's up to the player to find that rhythm again,
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Thing is, as well, JK, there are some fans who are fickle. There are some fans who are very fickle. It's like last season, sell Mo Salah. Mo Salah ended up being our leading goal scorer and leading assister. This season, sell Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Ends up being our leading goal scorer.
Madness.
Yes, thank you.
And you know what? What else is sort of when people ask for replacements, you look at these replacements, they are not even good enough to lace his boots, Like Kudos is a good player, don't get me wrong, at West Ham. But I just feel Salah still got 2 more years to be what Kudos would be. We should have got Kudos before he went to West Ham. Cheaper option, 30 million, 35 million, get the job done. Come on. We wasted time there. And it's not even expensive. Perfect price bracket for the owners. 30, 35, 37 million, whatever it was, you know. So, yep.
And as Gene says, and no parade now too. No parades, unfortunately. He wouldn't want that. Not for the Carabao Cup. Would have done for the league. Or the Europa League. Would have done. I saw 2 pens today, says Ali. That handball and the foul on Gakpo. Did you see that handball? Did that fella hit it, or did he use his arm? Because Robertson just put his hand up, didn't he?
Yeah, Romero.
Yeah.
It was the camera, like, sort of could have been like a camera trick. You couldn't really see what he did. It's weird.
No.
Yeah.
But, you know, to me, if he was have headed the ball, the trajectory was being up the field, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was behind. That was the trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
And it did hit him.
Yeah.
It did hit him.
But for me, that was a penalty, the Gakpo foul, because what happened is that guy's leg was right there. It's like, come on. I don't know what VAR actually do. They should have said to the ref, have a second look, you know.
Yeah. Youssef. But what was Gomez supposed to do in that situation? Let Brennan Johnson tap it in to an empty net. Gomez won the ball.
Exactly that, you know. And Gomez's foot was perfect in that situation. His foot had to be like that. He couldn't have moved it left, right, anything, because he could have hit him in the face or whatever. So Gomez did perfect. For me, that was top-notch defending. And then a few minutes later, he did an interception as well. So Gomez did okay when he came on. But for me, Robertson could have stayed on the pitch. I think we sort of lost it a little bit when Robertson came off the pitch. Robertson was great today.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said exactly the same. And it was before they scored, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were taking them up, I said, why are you making subs? Why don't they just let carry on? Because we were destroying.
Yeah, solid we were at the back today until that point. Yeah. Should have kept Robertson on. That was the only sub I weren't really happy. I would have took Gakpo off a little bit earlier for Darwin, say.
Yeah.
For me, Gakpo was like, he worked hard today and stuff, so I would have brought him off in about 10 minutes earlier. But for me, Robertson should have played the full game with Virgil.
As soon as we went 4 up, I don't know whether you noticed Linda's going up to Jürgen and having a word with him. Then all of a sudden there was 2 subs. So we must have had a word. Let's put 2 subs on. We'll be all right. We're cruising this.
Yeah. Substitutions.
Go on.
I was going to say, making subs is an art where it shows you the quality of a manager, you know. For me, Klopp shouldn't have someone in his ear telling him maybe we should make a sub. I think Klopp's wise enough and being a manager long enough to know when and when not to make subs. He's been doing it his whole life, you know. And I think sometimes like weird substitutions maybe don't come from Klopp, they come from Pep. Ones that most of the time we've agreed with Klopp's sort of subs and stuff, but I feel that Robertson won today. I don't know who said take him off, but I believe he should have stayed on.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree 100%. And Daryl says, Frank, you're my man of the match. You always are. Chin up, my friend. Yeah. See, and I never even played. Paul Turner, even in Frank and JK. Hope you're both well. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we're all right. Daryl says, the thing is, even when we lose the title, Scousers are amazing. And they do have a mentality fact. I think he's getting a fellow by the name of Drunk Vigo who said that we're thick.
The fact is, you support Liverpool because of that mentality. I believe that warrior mentality is the reason a lot of, like, we're probably one of the most supported clubs in the world. And when you consider the size of Liverpool, it isn't really big, you know. But consider how much people around the world know about Liverpool. That's because of the mentality over the years of the fans, the players, the managers. You know, it's built up to now. You know, Klopp was a manager when we were 4-0. What was it? We were down to Barcelona in the Champions League, and we came back and won that game. So that mentality is a part of the Anfield Stadium. It's everything around the club, you know, and you can't beat that. I don't think any other club really does it like us in that way.
No. And do you know what I've been watching? Well, I've been just sitting there. I've been ill, you see. Do you know what I've been watching? You know, it's like the history of Liverpool. Yeah, go right back, right through to the Shanks, then the Paisley years, and the Fagan couple of years, and then the Dalglish, and then the Houllier stopped at that. And between the 60s, 70s, under the great Shanks, then the pace took over, going right through to the 80s, you know, the latter part of the 70s, then the 80s. Well, mid 70s till the 80s. And then Kenny took over. Every ball they gave was forward. It was very rare they passed back. Very, very rare they passed back. Incredible football.
Yep.
Just putting the likes of Kenny through, Rushy, putting us out to Kelly on the wings. Incredible. Amazing. Amazing football. And, you know, like I was watching them. I was home and away. And, you know, you think, wow. At the time, I've always said this, by the way. At the time, you know, you said, we're great. I'm going right up now to the Kenny era. We're great. But you don't know how great they were, if you know what I mean. They were better than great, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's true. Football over the years has become, let's pass it back, let's pass it square, let's pass it back, let's pass it square. We've done it over the last Everton, Sheffield United game, Palace even. We were doing that a lot, you know. In the old days, front foot, on the front foot. It weren't none of this pass back sort of nonsense, because for me, goals were the entertainment, and that's how football became big. And slowly over the years, football has become like a chess game where managers have become over tactical. Hence why you're not getting the Maradonas, Messi's type of players no more, because they're taking that sort of thing away from football. Hence, like data, like with Edwards coming in, he loves that world, you know. But for me, football is more than that. It's like when you see a guy beat 3 or 4 guys, like that Maradona goal against England in the World Cup back in the days. Come on. You know, that's what it's all about, you know. And I think that's what they've done to football now, is slowly taken. They want the athletes. They don't want the skill sort of set. Because even Gary Neville was on about it in the commentary about Harvey Elliott 10, 15 years ago. The manager would be like, where can I fit this guy into the team, you know? But like for me, Elliott is a sort of, you don't know what you're going to get from him, but he knows how to play football. Because he's still got that school. I'm playing that school football in him. You know, it hasn't been trained out of him, and I think it's important to keep that.
Absolutely. There's a sales pitch here by Ali, our Romanian friend. In Romania, we have a great internet. There's a Romanian company named Digi. I pay €5 per month for 1 GB speed per second. Too bad I can't install you there. I know it's terrible, you know.
Is it Poland, yeah?
Yeah, it's terrible, honestly. The ditches, it's everything inside. Inside. I was reading something about some drug abuser, I forget who it is, and he got done for it. And he said, "You know, he's on that cocaine. You're being arrested." And the judge said to him, "Why? You know, you're such a famous man, and you've got everything at your feet. What makes you go on this, illegal substance?" Do you know what he said? "I like the smell of it." You can't make this stuff up. What's he saying that to the judge? "I like the smell of it." That's his game anyway. Ali says, Darwin plays like Inzaghi in the offside line. Today was like 5 centimetres offside there. Too bad for him. Yeah. And Paul G says, Ali, I'm so jealous, but I appreciate that. I'll come over. Oh, Jesus, please forgive me. Please forgive me, Uncle. It's just nuts, this. Every time I come in here. Every time. He's also said, "Do you fancy going out, Dad?" I said, "No." She's gone to match. She said, she went to match.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going into town. She's bringing the other grandson, Ben. I think. Ben. Cracking fella, Ben. Jesus, I'm sorry about this, boys and girls. Just bear with me. Anyway, sorry guys, but I am not with Salah anymore. I mean, Klopp made his what he is. After the last game, when he fought Klopp and then threatened him after the game with a fire thing, I cannot be with him anymore. Unfair. You know, people do have opinions, Ali. That's not that's okay, fella. That's okay, honestly. That's okay. Big up Frank and JK. Keep it real. I know we were 4-0 up, but did Jürgen make too many subs from a team playing well? Says our Dorothy. Dorothy, we were talking about that before. Now, if you notice, when we were 4-0 up and we were cruising and looked likely to score more, that wonderful Dutchman, Pep Linters, goes over to Jürgen and says, "Shall we make a sub?" Say, "Yeah, put these two up." Big mistake. So Linders called for the sub. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that, by the way, JK?
Yeah, because for me, when you're doing well and you look like you're going to get a few more goals, there's no need to make subs. It's like logic, you know. So Pep maybe saying something to Klopp in his ear, sort of upset our rhythm. We actually gave them the ball then, you know. When a record's playing on a record player, you don't sort of go up to it and sort of bump the record player. So it goes whoosh, makes a fun, you know what I mean? You let the music play, you leave it.
Absolutely. You keep letting it play, yeah. It's like a winning hand at whatever you're playing. You keep hold of it. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. I went to a concert once, and I'm talking about a classical music concert, and they were playing Chopin. Did you like my French accent then?
I thought it was Indian.
Well, anyway, I was listening to this fella, and he was playing. I forget what he was playing. One of the, I forget what it was, but it's a well famous one, you know. Anyway, he's playing away. Have you ever noticed these fellas, you know, with the hair, loose hair, and they bend down, and the hair falls down, and they go back again, and it all goes back.
Yeah.
This fella was a typical penis, and he was brilliant. Point is, he carried on till the end, and he could have had a break, if you know what I mean, to give his little fingers and wrists a break, you know, bringing the violins in and whatever. But he just carried on, and that's what you do. That's what you do. Our lads didn't need a pit stop, if you know what I mean. They didn't need a pit stop.
If they made it 4-1, yeah, bring Gomez on maybe, you know what I mean? But if you're winning 4-0,
yeah,
let it be.
Would you agree with this?
Yeah.
Robbo should be captain. I'm going to get back to you on that. Keep it real. I'll get back to you on that. Get back to you.
What?
Robbo should be captain. Would you say it's Robert Blundell? Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't say captain, but for me, he's in that top group of players, you know, the ones who sort of run the ship. Him, Virgil, Salah, say, them three, and Alisson. Maybe Trent as well, you know what I mean, as well as Trent. But for me, I think Trent requires a bit of what Andy Robertson's got, that fire, you know. I think sometimes I wish Trent and Robbo could split their personalities and give each other what they've got, because I think sometimes Robertson goes OTT, running into situations where Trent is a bit more steady. But sometimes I wish Trent had Robertson's sort of fire, that he actually drives with the ball or into a situation, you know. Like today when they had a chance when it was offside, and Trent knew it was offside, everyone knew it was offside, but still, Trent didn't think first, I'll quickly go to that guy, just in case. You understand my point? It was near the end of the game anyway. But I feel that Robertson could have been vice-captain. Could have been. Because I don't know how long he's going to stay at the club. So until he left the club, he could have been vice, no problem.
Yeah. And Dorothy, I think this made me laugh. Frank, what's your way we're having discussions about broadband internet? No, it's just that some of the listeners and commentators here are having problems with buffering and, you know, going off and whatever. And I gave the fantastic astrophysics that I am, you know, the answer to it. Am I right, JK?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop it. Don't it, man. Oh, it's just... okay, let's get on to these. These are very important. I've got to answer these. I really have. Gene says it was down to Linders. Yeah,
the subs,
it was down to Linders. And Keep It says I've got to answer this. So, what's been going on with that drunk fella, Frank Carlyle? Well, what's been going on with him? Because some of us disagree about this slot fella, just disagree, you know. I still disagree with it. I still disagree with it. That we should have brought in someone with a name, with experience, with oomph. We're bringing in a fella from a weekend thing, and he's not going to be able to do anything. Right? He's not going to be able to do anything. This slot. And what I mean is not bring in any player. because it's all down to Edwards and Hughes. They're the ones who's going to bring in, you know, the Bournemouth lads. The Bournemouth, think of that. The Bournemouth lads. They're going to bring players in. Yeah. And I just said, I don't agree with this. I do not agree. And then he went on someone's pod and said, Scousers, me, you, and all the Scousers on here have zero mentality. Then he carried on by saying, no, he didn't stop there. Then he carried on saying, I'm worth $2 million or whatever. This fella lives in Canada. I'm worth $2 million and I've got my own home. They, meaning me, you, and every other Scouser, have got nothing. I've got nothing. So we have zero mentality, meaning we're all fucking thick, which I take exception to. And we've got nothing. Where's he getting all this from? Please. And that's just saying an opinion on this pod here. An opinion. And he goes out, then goes on another pod and says that about us, Scousers. And that's it, keep it real. That's it. That's what he said. I'd love to see him face to face. Face to face. Anyway, Robert Blundell. I still think Klopp is leaving because he's had enough. Yeah, and there's a couple of other things, Robert, as well, besides the owners. There's a couple of other things for him. There's a couple of other things. Now, we, JK and myself were talking, and we said, all this should have waited until the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Like every other club does. Every other club. I remember when Ollie was being sacked. Did anything come out about that? No. No. It came out at the end of the season. When Ollie was sacked, and he said, you know, good luck to the manager and all this. And he brought in Ten Hag, didn't he? And look where they are. Now, Ten Hag is the best coach, apparently, in the Dutch league. But I don't want to get into this. I want to talk about today's win. Today's win. That's what I want to talk about. The positive stuff. Yeah. But there's more to it, because you don't keep all this coming to the end of the season. We're fighting for a league. Fighting for a league. We're fighting for the Europa League. We would have been in the semi-final. And all this blows up in our face. You get a potential manager saying, I want to come here. I want to be a Liverpool manager. On television. You don't have that. Please, you do not have that. Xabi didn't come out. Amarin didn't come out on television and saying all this. So someone schemed it to upset the apple cart. Someone. Like,
maybe I see like Klopp's probably feeling a little bit embarrassed in the way the club's handled it all.
Of course.
Hence why he's got that little smirk cheek, like sort of a face where I think Klopp loves the fans, you know.
Of course he does.
That's what the owners don't really like. They prefer that
No.
all us fans like them the way we love Klopp. We love them, they would love that. But slowly, a few have gone over to that ship. But for me, Klopp was never given the money when, I'm telling you now, Lionel Messi would have been ready to come to Liverpool and play for Jurgen Klopp. That time where we were just
Anyone.
fire. Any player. And we didn't do nothing. And that showed me where we were at with these guys. Go now, Klopp's going. All of a sudden, all the fans are on the owner's side. I'm thinking, where were these owners when we needed a DM? Now in January.
Yeah.
Where were the people saying to the owners? They were saying, and the FFP will come out. Too many people were scared of the FFP and this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, you know what? We needed a 30 to a 50 million pound DM from South America, wherever, just to fit in when Endo wasn't fit enough to play. And what happened? Endo wasn't fit. We didn't have a DM. We lost them games against Palace, Everton, and whoever else it was, So the owners didn't do nothing for Klopp. Like people say, Klopp got paid well. Of course he did. Of course he did. You think he's stupid? Come on. When you got people like Mike Rashford, when you got people like Rashford getting 350 grand a week, okay, Jurgen Klopp deserves anything he gets. Okay, he had the whole city on his shoulders. People don't understand that,
No,
that don't come free of charge.
That's what I mean about the Scousers.
Yep, they support
honestly, it's here. It's in Liverpool. Honestly, no one gets it. And when to come out and say, Lampard couldn't believe me ears when he says most should have gone 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He was being our leading goal scorer last season.
Same again this season, top scorer.
Our leading goal scorer this season.
I believe he will hit 20. He will hit 20 again this season.
Yeah.
He's got 2 games to get 2 goals. So, yep. Fair play to him.
Yeah, absolutely. It should have been one. He should have put one away, though, shouldn't it? But then again,
But did you notice how after that little spat on the sidelines with Klopp, it wasn't us real fans who were actually going on about it. We sort of just left it alone. Like, we didn't do anything. It was opposition fans and a few of the anti-Klopp sort of fans or anti-Salah sort of fans who were getting onto that topic. Real fans don't get involved in them sort of topics. We just leave it as it is. I always say that about real fans. They don't really like drama around their club. Fake fans and fake football fans in general love that sort of commotion.
Frank, not sure. Oh, yeah. Robin. Keep it real. Caught a bit of Jamie Stream, and a few of the lads were saying, he said, Scousers have a victim mentality.
Madness.
Now, I want to know, but I do know that he never called this drunk Vigo out when he said that about us. I've got all on my phone, honestly. I've got it all there. On my phone. Someone sent it to me. He said, you want to get onto this, fella? And I went on. I tried to fucking get him. And I went on to the 12th man's one. And I said, there's Vigo here. Because someone told me he was on there. And I tried to get him. Cowards. The cowards. And we've got a victim mentality. Do you see what I mean? They hate us. These are Liverpool supporters supporting my team, my home team, and they hate us. I'm not having that.
And how can you be a victim when you're the most successful club in the country? It's like you got the most
arseholes. I just take no notice of arseholes.
Yeah, threw one out the other, yeah. Liverpool are the most successful club in the country. England is where football is all about. The Premier League is the number 1 league in the world. And Liverpool are the most successful in that country in all football. Only United have 1 more league title than us. But, yeah.
Anyway, Jane says, sorry to... I'll give you the message later, Jane. if you're still around, your little back's gone. I need a good massage, to be honest. My telly broke, you know. Okay, my telly broke.
Sound but no picture, yeah?
Yeah, and I went up to that Argos place. And so I ordered the same size telly because I've got a biggie. And he went, yeah, okay. So,
The one where your neighbours can watch for free. So big.
Exactly. But you know what, Jake? Put my card through. It's all passed, because I don't have any debt. And I said, when will it be delivered? And she said, oh, this is yesterday. Oh, it's on Tuesday. I said, so you don't work bank holiday? Oh, no. I said, okay. Fine. So anyway, she couldn't answer me questions. And I was with our Francine, and Francine was saying, hurry up, Dad. So Dad had to hurry up. Anyway, went around the super. I said to Francine, I said, take me up to Curry's. Dad, I can't. I'm busy. Because I don't live far from Sainsbury's. So anyway, I'm sitting here today, and I said, I'm going to phone up Argos. And I said to them, listen, I said, when this gets delivered on Tuesday, now I can't lift anything. You know what, me back, I can't. This is a 65-inch television all boxed up and everything. And they're just going to bring it and leave it. And I thought, hang on a minute. So I phoned them. And I said, will these people just leave it? Will they take it out, the packaging, and take it away with them? The packaging, and turn it on to make sure that it's working, where it's come from? No, they said. They're not insured for that. I said, they're not insured. I said, and I'm paying for delivery and everything, and they're not insured. And they don't open the packaging. I said, I can't lift the thing up. So anyway, I just said, tell you what, cancel it now. Cancel it. Oh, but I have a minute to think. I said, no. I said, I'm going to go straight to Curry's because I know Curry's deliver the next day. So anyway, they cancelled it, fair enough, the girl. And they won't talk to you, You're typing all these stupid things. You've got to type. So anyway, I got onto Curry's, and I was a smashing girl. I said, listen, love, and I told her about the maker ones, the size. And she said, yeah, no, I'm paying there £1,000 for it. To Argos. They won't even take the packaging. And she said, yeah, we do that. We take away the packaging. I said, well, listen, I've already got a bracket on the wall. I said, because I'm getting rid of the one on the wall that's unfortunately broke. I said, will they put it on the wall for me and turn it on? I said, because I can't pick anything up. She said, yes. I said, okay. So I phoned a mate up, and he's bringing me up there tomorrow morning to get it. And tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to get my haircut.
Sorry, bro.
Should have got a cut on Friday, but I was bloody out with Francine Monday. No, Saturday. I was out looking for that stupid telly. Should have just left. Anyway, I'm sorry. Thank you, Jane. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Darryl says, and now he disappears and don't come on here anymore. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you, Darryl. That's that fella. They're talking to each other. Norman, hello, Frank, JK, and chat. Made up we were, but disappointed after 60 minutes. We should have really gone for them after 4. I've not forgot the game at their place when they won the league and officials.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. We should have gone at them. And this is what I was hoping. And, it was open for us to score more, whether they made substitutes or not. And big mistake for me, I'm being honest, I'm not having a go at the lads, but you don't bring anyone on who's just been training for a few weeks, who hasn't played all season and only had a couple of games last season, and expect him to do wonders. That was Batatic. Big mistake.
Just a little bit too early for him, me. Maybe give him 10 minutes at the end, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever, plus injury time, it would have been all right. There's a player in him, because the way he turns, like he did this little turn today, and then he tried to pass the ball to Salah, but Salah didn't get it. But I feel you could just see in certain circumstances where he got the ball, he wasn't comfortable, because it's been a long time since he's been in that sort of position, you know what I mean? And you could just tell he wasn't ready. It's cool, we still won the game. And it's good to see him coming back. That's the plus side out of that whole situation. But you live and you learn, I think them sort of situations help a young guy sometimes learn from that. Like Kwanzaa, for me today, was brilliant. Like, he's made a few mistakes. The Man United game where he passed it to the guy and stuff, but he looked more and more comfortable today. Just that one part where he didn't follow the runner, Richarlison. When Richarlison scored, he should have followed him. That was the only minus point from Kwanzaa's game. Other than that, for me,
he let him through. Yeah,
he let him through easy.
That's the naivety, which will be ironed out.
Yeah, that's yeah. With Kwanzaa, yeah.
He's a dream. He's a dream.
He's player. He's quality. I think.
Absolutely.
He's made his mistakes, but good now. Like, he's made his mistakes, and they're done, and hopefully they'll be done and dusted soon. Like today, hopefully someone will say, I hope Pep Linders, out of everyone at the club, shows him tomorrow that part where he let Richarlison go and score that goal. I hope they sit down and do that and say, hey, you got to be switched on, lad. Make sure you go offside there, for my opinion, because you can't really be offside in that position where the ball was coming from. So go offside. Come on,
Did you notice when they were coming off, and Klopp went over to young Batatic, and he was showing him the tactics, and he was turning and everything, and he was going, "You should have been there. You don't let it. You don't allow them to turn on you, And he was showing him the tactics that he wanted, and then he just put his arm around him, because he knew, I think Klopp knew, that he should never have put him on. That's what got me.
Yeah, it was a little gamble.
Yeah, it was a gamble. That went backfired.
I think if it was 2-0, the 4-0 sort of score gave the options to make subs, because the game's sort of done and dusted. But how Premier League football is, it's exciting. You could be 3-0 down and you can still win a game, or equalise or whatever, because they did it to us last time. But Jota got the winner, so it does happen. But I'm just happy to see the lad playing again. So he sort of should be ready and have a pre-season, and ready for the next guy to come in and have a look, see if what he can do with him. But do you see him as a DM? I don't really see him as a DM. It's weird.
No, I don't.
I don't understand where the DM comes from. Like, how his body structure doesn't look solid enough to play DM.
It doesn't look solid. The only thing that, whatever, is that he'll grow big and strong. But I think he's like a Alan Hansen type structure, always, on the lean side. You need someone, and I keep going back to two lads, two great DMs, and we can get them, by the way. I'm not saying these two now, but we can get them the same level of quality, and that's Didi Aman and Mascherano. And that's why we should have got Andre last summer. That's why we should have got him in. But the owners, no. Twice, no.
No.
in the summer.
And in the
then,
window, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were saying for months, we want to win this league, we need another DM. Because Endo wasn't even at that level where he was actually playing good when we were saying this.
No.
And then all of a sudden, he just hit form. Endo picked up, played well. I think, I tell you the truth, I'm pretty happy with Endo's sort of what he gave us. You know, he just needed another guy like him there with him. Then it would have worked better.
Yeah, but you need a proper young lad.
Yeah.
He's 31, he'll be 32 next season. He'll be 32 next season. So we'll be getting on. And people will be flying past him. And he'll be bringing them down and getting booked. And, you know, he got booked today. And that's what frightens me about Enzo. He's too rash sometimes. Redbird says, I like Gerard Houllier. Can't spell his name. Houllier. There's 2 L's in Houllier. But you're right, you know, you're there, Redbird. Don't be worrying about that. You know what you mean. He used to stand on the cop when he was at Liverpool University. He was a true red. I used to teach at colleges. And he used to be the teacher in the college. I used to teach. Also. Ian Gerard Houllier, I like that. No, we're not. I've never seen him. Never seen him.
Was cool.
Harvey Elliott came of age today. All-round game was very good and a great strike.
Yes. Who?
Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott.
I thought we bought Harry Kane. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, who? He plays for Bayern.
Well, sorry you haven't been well, Frank. I tuned in on Thursday for the review. I couldn't. Anyway, glad to see you again. Paul, I couldn't do it. And I said to JK, I said, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I was really... JK knows what's wrong with me. Don't want to hear my woes. I don't want to hear my woes. I'm going to go right down here. There's loads of... Spurs fans were laughing when Diaz's goal was wrongfully ruled offside. Well, we stopped them getting a Champions League, so they ain't laughing now.
Yep.
Redbird.
Because Villa lost.
Yeah.
So against Brighton, so that gave them a bit of initiative to win that game, and they didn't win it. So it's true what Redbird's saying.
Well, do you agree with Chris Dix here? Trent is world class. If only key players had not been missing this season, could have been special. Just one more about Jurgen. I feel his subs are a bit late. A player like Darwin or Dom needs 30 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
I think agree with that?
I would have took maybe Gakpo off. He's Gakpo first half fire. He was like running out, and then second half as well. But what happens? A footballer reaches a peak in a game and then slowly gets tired, and then you make the subs. And I think Gakpo, because like I watched his game, he sort of died out a little bit into the second half. Then I would have just swapped him for Darwin. But for me, Darwin needs full 90 minutes, really. Like getting sub appearances. That's all he's been doing recently. Been on the subs bench, hasn't started a game in a long time. Hence why I think something's gone on with him. Maybe even off the pitch, whatever it is. You know, he just hasn't been looking that happy, Darwin. You know, the one who comes on the videos on the LFC channel, the cheeky Darwin. You know, when he's cheeky, he's got that cheeky look about him, and that's what the fans love about him. He's got that cheeky look. You know, he's got a bit of mischief, and I think he's got that in the football pitch as well. And that's what I'm waiting for.
He gets in positions. That's one of the main things. He does get into the positions to score. But as one of the lads said, He needs to calm down. He needs to calm down a little in front of goal. And he needs to think what to do next, if you know what I mean. That ball he put towards Salah for when he scored was a cracking ball. It beat all of the... They didn't know that he was offside. They were trying to defend that ball in the area, and Mo just ran on and walloped. And it was unfortunate that it was a fraction offside. I'd like to see Trent, says Dean O'Brien, take over the captaincy. I think he's ready for the added responsibility, and it might even give him another edge to his game. Unbelievable football. JK.
The only minus point I have about Trent is because of his football skills. For me, he's one of the most. When he's got the ball, you wait in anticipation of what he's going to do with it. He's the one guy, come on, in the whole team. When Trent's got the ball, you're like, what's he going to do now? And sometimes he's doing some crazy passes, yeah? But I feel sometimes he lacks that bit of aggression in him. You know, he has that off button as well. You know, he's like Darwin. They have this on-off button. When Trent's on his game, he's always first to the ball, first to the tackle, first to whatever. But I think sometimes like that, when he sort of switches off, maybe because of his attacking skills he has and he wants to show them, he sort of just drifts off in the game sometimes. But other than that, for me, one of the best players in our team.
Yeah. And as Steve, you never walk alone, says, Elliott brings the energy into our midfield and sets the tempo. Well, that used to be Thiago, wasn't it? Because he used to set the tempo. Now he's doing it, young Harvey. And bonkers. Is Lee coming on? No, Lee's not coming on. No. He's got another stupid name. Like the alternative, contrary, whatever that means. You want to see his email. It's the most... I said to Lee, why didn't you just put Lee at whatever? No, he's not coming on. He hasn't been joining in. He hasn't been doing anything, so no. Bonkers, yeah, but Slot will have a say which one he wants to get. Okay. Okay. Jane says, what? Question for JK from Ali. Question: What would you pick? Barella, Yao Neves, Chiesa, or Antonio Silva?
Bro, there's 2 Italians in that list. I think you should take this one.
No, to be honest, I wouldn't pick Barella. He's too old. And I wouldn't pick Chiesa. Now, you know that I watch Serie A. I'll be watching it tonight, actually. Oh, freaking hell. I'll be watching it tonight. No, I wouldn't have any of them.
Neves and Silva?
Yeah, Silva. I wouldn't mind Neves. Neves is great.
Yeah.
He's better than them.
He's good. But they're 2 young players, them two, so they've got a good future, maybe, yeah.
Steve, Frank, Edwards Hughes will sign the players to play on system, and I think it will bring trophies to LFC. I hope. Yeah. I always remember when Shanks said, then Bob took over, and I knew we were in safe hands because he was in the boot room. Then he went and Joe took over, Fagan, and of course, safe hands. And then Kenny took over, player manager, in safe hands. And then Roy Evans was too nice. And they said, we're going to do nothing. And we won that League Cup thing. And, you know, I've got nothing against Jason McAteer or anything. But they were mates with McManaman and Robbie Fowler, and they bought him. I said they bought him to keep them company. They bought him to keep them company. And he was useless. But anyway, you know, that's just me. And then when Ulier came out of hospital, I said, I was in the stand, I was in the upper alley when we played Roma, when we had to win 2-0 against Fabio Capello's Roma side. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, Big Ivano scored, Emileski. Did you know his name was Ivano, by the way, JK? JK?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew? Okay. Big Ivano scored the second. But I said I was looking at Ulier, and he had a terrible operation. An operation that saved his life. That aorta thing. He could have easily have died. And I said then, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on him. And they had to wait around until the right man came. And I was going to Italy the next day. I was travelling on the Sunday. And we played Valencia. Do you like the way my Spanish came out then? Valencia. Right? It's just like Pépignon, you know, the French. Anyway, I said, it'll be fantastic if we get him. He's brilliant, the tactics, because Liverpool, you know, great. And they wiped the floor with us. And it was their first game of pre-season. And we had our sixth, that was our last pre-season. So we were all fit and ready to go. And they destroyed us. And there was a fella named Aymar. I said, God, we only got him. Little fella, brilliant. Aymar, never forget it. And I was with Francie. And I said, it'll be great. She was only a kid herself. I said, if we get him, following season we got him. That's what we were holding back for. And of course, it'll be fantastic if he brought this Aymar with him. But he didn't. He didn't. And the rest is history. The rest is history with Rafa. You know, 2 European finals, winning one, won an FA Cup, finished second, then was sacked. Because you couldn't get the money off Hicks and Gillette. And then when Hodgson came in, I said, no, he's not the man. Certainly not the man. And then the Irishman came in. He's not the man. I said that on television. I said, no, but we're nothing with him. Too inexperienced. We've won 5 European Cups. And we brought in a fella who got into the Premiership last season. Survived the Premiership. He got through the back door. Not winning the title, not doing anything like that, or, you know, gaining promotion on merit. He played in the playoffs. His side plays in the playoffs. And that's how we got through. And now he's our manager. Total inexperience. And I say the same about this man. But I always say, not bothered about the manager. I'm not bothered about the owners. They don't interest me one iota. All as I'm interested in is the team that's out there on that pitch. I support them. I back them to the hilt. I back them to the hilt. And that's my take on this fella. I think it's a bad mistake. I go along with Jamie Carragher, what he said. And does anyone screenshot? Yeah, I've got them. I've got what he said. On there, keep it real. Someone sent me them. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe what he was saying about us Scousers. No one talks about Scousers to us, not to me anyway. Not to, rude, says lovely Jean. Rude. And Dorothy says, it's because he's thick, Frank. Dorothy, come on. Should be spared them. See? So you can imagine if that comment and that upset Dorothy, you can tell us Scousers what we're like. Always the victim, eh? And Steve says, Edwards Hughes, first signing for Arn will be Vifa, I think. Who's he? Do you know him? JK. Do you know him?
Never heard of him.
Vifa. We love young Vifa. Yeah, how about that? How about that for a song?
Tops.
Vifa. Who's he? Darryl says, actually, go to Anfield, Vigo. See what they are really like. Amazing, welcoming and kind. Thank you, Darryl. Thank you. And Lee says, bloke needs a slap for talking about folks like that. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Thank you so much. I've got someone in the background here, you know, and I'm not putting him on because he's cheeky. He's been in the match and he's going to moan all through the thing. And he's had his tea, he's had a few scotches, and there he is now, the wonderful lost man, but lost no more. And it's the lovely George Scott. There he is.
Hello, Frank. Hello, JK.
Evening, bro. Hope you're well.
I finally made it back. Yeah. I got delayed along the way, but I'm here now. That's the main thing. I'm a bit late. Sorry, Frank.
No, please. You know,
enjoyed the game, yeah?
Anytime.
I don't know what you've been talking about, but I bet it's been brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, being absolutely brilliant. Everyone's been going on. They've all been saying, where's George?
Well, I haven't died yet. Tell him.
No. How did you enjoy your day?
Oh, very good, yeah. It was
Yeah.
brilliant to see the boys playing a bit more like Liverpool. And Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott, I thought, was absolutely outstanding. I've always been a big fan of Harvey, you know that, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Not always everybody's been on my side about him. But I like him because of his tireless energy. He never stops running. And if you've got players like that in your team with skill as well and maturity, which is getting every game more mature, I think he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a sports player
Liverpool,
that's like hard-working, talented, give his heart for the club. And it was so nice to see that goal. What a goal.
Yeah. What a goal.
And Jean says, I love today. What I love today was Salah played like he did at the start of the season.
Yeah.
He forgot that when he came back after injury. And so she's blaming the injury, like we all do. If he stays, I want to see that play next season. Yeah. like what he was like today. And we've agreed on that, haven't we, JK?
Yeah, he looked like the Salah of old. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
he wasn't brilliant, but he was right back to the sort of way he
energy.
ran and attacked the defence and laid the ball forward. He could have had a few goals more than he got.
Yeah, yeah.
He will hit
And
20 this season.
Gary says, Gary Rigby, even if Frank, I don't know where to start with this hate speech. It's getting ridiculous. Absolutely. Of course it is. But the coward comes out with the. And Keep It Real says, regarding the game today, I was impressed with Gakpo, George.
Yeah, I thought Gakpo was excellent. He's coming on to a good game now. He's got plenty of power. And even when he cuts inside, you look like he could hit it into the net from out the edge of the box. And he's playing intelligent passes and, and a great header. I think he's starting to show what he can do now. Unfortunately, it's right at the end of the season. But I hope that, in the new season, he continues in that vein. I was impressed today. So he tried to fly.
But it shows you, doesn't it, about, Gapco. Now, come on, George. At the beginning of the season, midway through the season, we were saying he was awful. We were, there's no.
But he wasn't getting too many games, though, was he? He was in and out. No. He was in and out.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, George, and you always said, but he's not getting many games. And this is what I was going to say, you see. But when the injuries came, he was thrown in. He had to play.
Yeah.
And with the, with the energy he had and the games that he was playing, he matured, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was a cracking little header today,
Oh, yeah. A good, powerful header.
Bink, right in the corner.
Yeah. He's impressed me more than Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought today, Frank, I didn't really agree with Jurgen's first substitutions. I thought Robertson was playing a really good game and Endo was doing well, and we were winning and we could have scored more. And young Mizhecik, I've always struggled with his name, but wonderfully talented boy, but he hasn't played for almost a year. You can't expect him to come in rusty as a nail and start spraying it about. And he did look a bit rusty. You can see the odd touches, but I mean, we left a lot of gaps in midfield and we started to suffer down that left-hand side, Trent side. And every time the ball was coming through, there was big gaps between Kwanzaa and Van Dijk. And Charleston was in and goal a few times. And Son as well. We caused a lot of trouble in the last 20 minutes. And we've got to tighten that up in the new year. We can't keep losing goals like that now.
No.
Exactly what we said. Yeah,
that's
what we said, George.
We were discussing that. Go ahead, JK. Tell them what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were just saying that about the substitution. Robertson going off was we were solid then.
Yeah.
We didn't let a goal in and then make a sub. Bing Gomez on. We understand that, but at that point when he made that sub, we were 4-0 up. So Robertson for me probably was getting man of the match. I was thinking, Robertson back to his sort of best. I thought great. Him, Virgil on the left hand side. We look more solid. As soon as we
changed it, they scored because the lad passed the ball inside Gomez. He was left a bit flat-footed. Square ball, Kwanzaa one side, Van Dijk in the other, and the Spurs striker in the middle. I mean, it was like five-a-side.
I think sometimes what substitutions do, they upset the rhythm of, say, Virgil and Kwanzaa, for example. Centre-backs like to know who's around them, like on their team. And as soon as one changes, it could sort of hinder each player's sort of game. And I noticed that with us a few times where, say, Endo comes off and another guy plays in that position, could be McAllister or Bajcetic today, it sort of upsets the rhythm. And that's why I kept on saying with Frank about getting another DM. We need a DM who can last 90 minutes, week in, week out. Then you will get a solid central defence. Until then, you won't get that. Man, you've seen it today. As soon as Endo and Robertson came off, we sort of fell apart. So you live and you learn,
Yeah,
absolutely. You're so spot. Well, we discussed that anyway.
Yeah.
And it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And you know, for us, for supporters to be coming out and saying what we need. But Jürgen knew that. That's why he brought Endo in. You know, you've got to look at the owners, and they must have said, well, yeah, there's 16 million, see what you can get for it, or 10 million, see what you can get for that. He paid
they're going back to the old model, aren't they? They're bringing in as the head coach. So he will be doing nothing else except working at Kirby, coaching the players. And the other two will be doing all the scouting and all the signing and all the rest of it, you know. And I think Klopp was getting too powerful for them and for the board. And they wanted to go back to the American, you know, the way the Americans do in America on the football. They have a general manager. The general manager works out all the problems, signings, agents, and all the rest. And the coach just coaches. And that's they wanted. I think they're looking to try and get back to that, you know, that system. And whether it'll work or not, I don't know.
That will work. That will never work.
It's a gamble.
I like the manager in charge, Frank. I like J.K. says, I think, other podcasts. The manager, football needs to get back to basics, I think, a bit. It's moving outside its comfort zone. There's too many things outside the game. It's affecting the game, like VAR, like money, like Man City's corruption charges. You know, it's getting ridiculous. I just like to see flair on the pitch and the fans enjoying it. It's every single game, you know, a goal, VAR, red and blue lines come on. We don't know whether the toes ahead or behind. It's just a farce, in my opinion.
True. It's true. And what you're saying about, for me, watching Man City is boring.
I do think that. I said to my wife, I don't watch him now.
They're boring. Yeah. They're boring. And what it is with Liverpool, we play like Man City in certain ways, but we mix it up a little bit. And that's why I prefer to watch Liverpool games. You know, if you're just a neutral fan. And that's what football's like, you know. But what happens with Pep, you're going to end up being more successful because they're running it like a robotic system. And that's what football has become, you know. Pep, he also has guys working behind the scenes looking for players, you know, and doing all that sort of work. But they don't really talk about that guy, if you understand. But Edwards, for some reason, gets talked about too much. And I think that's what a lot of fans that Edwards getting talked more about than Klopp is.
He should be in the background.
He should be in the background because for me, it's better for him if he does it in the background. Because if he goes pear-shaped, he ain't going to be there then. You know, he won't be in the background. Actually, he will be in the background then. You know, but that guy, what's his name from Bournemouth, he will get the headache because they will say he was the guy who was responsible for them players coming in. No. Edwards makes the final decision. End of score.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He does. And we're going after a fella name. It begins with a W, but you always pronounce it with a V. And it's V-Fizz. We're going after a fella named V-Fizz. I said to JK, do you know who this is? You know, because someone come up and said, we're going after someone V-Fizz. And he went, no, never heard of him.
I don't know who it is.
I haven't a clue. Well, if that's the thing. Oh, look at that. Hi, Frank. Missed you down there. I've got an 85-inch telly. So it's 1-0 to me, methinks. Yes, I'm going to buy a 90-inch tomorrow then.
Cinema screen.
Because the whole neighborhood.
Yours is big enough.
You probably see from your house, Frank, George.
Gotta get a new one, George. Gotta get a new one tomorrow. It's broke.
Oh, it's broke, is it? Your fancy TV?
Yeah, the picture just went off. And Francine was doing all, you know, the usual getting over these people. And, well, if you put on your television, and I said, leave that. Forget that. Take me up to Curry's. She said, no, I'll take it up to the Argos instead. So I'm getting a new telly tomorrow.
Your TV's, it's like something out of NASA. Your TV.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Lovely picture.
It's every program known to man.
Exactly. And Liam McHale says, oh yeah, look. Every time I've been to Liverpool, I have always made to feel welcome. It's sickening.
Brilliant.
Someone,
Absolutely.
they've been coming on and saying about some people hating Scousers, and these are Liverpool fans. One of them just turned around, he said, I've just been on a pod there, and they call them, Scousers are always the victims.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not having it, George, honest to God.
Where's feel me, Frank? Where's feel me, mate?
And that's why lovely Jean says every time I've been to Liverpool, I've always made to feel welcome.
Of course.
And
have you noticed about the TVs? We're talking about TVs, how TVs used to be big, and over the years they've become thin. But the guy who buys that TV was thin back in the days. Now he's turned big. So the TV and the human have changed positions.
Yeah, exactly. They used to have a huge piece at the back, didn't it, with the cathode ray?
Yeah.
You have to build an extension.
You couldn't lift it. You know, you try to lift it.
Whole
Now
family lifted it. Yeah.
I always remember getting a 28-inch telly, and half heavy. You know, these lads brought us in. You know, the people who we got us off on. Anyway, put it down like that. And Coronation Street was on, and I thought the likes of, you know, what's her name? Jesus, I forget her name. Vera Duckworth was sitting on me knee. She's sitting on me knee because it looked that big, you see. The little ones, Vera Duckworth.
When I was a kid, Frank, my auntie Betty and her husband, the one the Littlewoods pools, not a lot of money. They won about £800. It was a lot of money then, 1956. So whole family, we used to go to their house to watch a telly, black and white television, small screen, you know, a bit fuzzy, you know. And then one day I got off the bus coming back from school, and I could see above our house this metal thing above the house. I thought, what's that? I came in, and my mum and dad were saying, we've got a television, black and white, 6.5 special. All these programs, drum beats and all that, you know. Black and white.
I remember going down to my Auntie Leah's. My Auntie Leah was the posh one of the family. And goes down to see her one afternoon, Saturday it was. And you're in, Auntie Leah? Yes, we're in. Oh, okay, so we goes in, and this telly's in the corner. And I went, it was a coloured one. First time I'd ever seen a coloured telly.
Wow.
And do you know what fascinated me? Two things. One, I just sat there looking at it. She said, aren't you going out? I went, no, what am I saying? And Wimbledon was on, and the grass was green from the grey, you know, the black and white, you know, the grey grass, the grey. I couldn't get over it. And then something came on, they turned it over, and Frankie Howard came on, right, and he's talking, and he had, it was the way the colour was then, and he had like green green hair. This is hair green. She said, no, it's all right. Couldn't get over there.
I came to Liverpool to play for the club when I was 15, and I'd never seen a colour television. I'd never seen colour TV. I think even when I was at Liverpool, we didn't have one of those things. Don't even know if we had a TV, to be honest, until about the mid-60s.
She comes out to me, Auntie Leah. She was amazing. Welcome, George. You and Bill, you and the Shanks.
We didn't watch TV. We were too busy playing football.
Yeah. Watching proper green grass instead of grey grass.
Don't forget, the first match of the day was 1964. That was black and white.
Yeah. And the first coloured one was Liverpool, wasn't it? At Anfield.
Even the cup final, even the 65 cup final was televised black and white.
Yes, it was. And they are, look, evening everyone, says Ian McKay, just back from the match. Lovely sunny day in the pool of life and a good win for the Reds. Happy days.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Gentle. That isn't that gentle.
Yeah, lovely. Nice.
Lovely,
it's nice to hear people who've gone to the game and they had a good day. He's good.
Francine was there today, George. She phoned me going up. And she phoned me up and she said, I'm walking up with Ben, my grandson and his mate. She said, I'm walking up, we're by the ground now. And she said, I've got to go. I said, you've just phoned me. I said, I haven't said nothing. She said, people are bumping into me. I'm freaking hell. So I said, all right, enjoy the game. I'd love to know.
It was a tremendous atmosphere at the start of the game. The You Never Walk Alone was really good today. It was fantastic. And the banners were up, the flags were up.
Yeah.
It was really impressive.
It looked good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the days that you remember. It was really, looking at Klopp's face. There were some close-ups I've seen tonight on TV, and it was very moving to see him when they were singing.
Yeah.
A little hint of a tear in his eye, a little hint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know when we went 4-0 up, and we've discussed the substitutions, which was a mistake. Pep Linders went over to
seen that.
And he said, it was him. As soon as he went over, talked to him, he was substitutions. So they were his substitutions. And I thought, and JK thought, and lots on here thought, that it was the wrong decision to bring them on at that time, because we were cruising. Everyone knew the position. They were brilliant.
Yeah.
Just brilliant. We overpowered them. And it gave them the impetus there. 2 bad goals to give away, by the way. They were very bad goals.
Yeah, it upset the equilibrium of the team. Couldn't believe it when I saw the lad on the bench. Come on.
I was asked... Barella made 27 in February. Says Ali. No, his birthday is in 27 in February. Frank is not that old. I believe he is in his prime. I watch Barella. I follow the Azori as well.
Yeah,
that's all I follow. And to me, there's better players. Because we were asked, would you like him, Neves? It was De Silva. Out of those 3, there was another one as well. Who would you rather have? And I just said that Neves. I think Neves is an absolute brilliant player myself. That's just my opinion. What about you, George?
Yeah, I think Neves is a great player. Those are the sort of players we need to be looking at next year.
But the point is, we buy them.
We'll have to shore up a few positions for next year, definitely.
There they are, look. Leave his kid. Big up, George. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Lee. Thank you.
Paul Turner. Evening, George. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, still walking 10,000 steps a day. Get my boots back on soon.
Yeah, that is Lee. He's got that stupid name. Hello, George, my friend. The lost Shankly boy is found and he is here. Yeah, see that?
Hey, the book's good value now. £15 from Amazon.
We'll get the link up for the next show.
Lovely,
Hi, Gene.
Gene.
Thank you, Gene. Thank you.
Much love, George. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
And the Red Bird's always great to see you, George.
Thanks, Red Bird. Is Red Bird a boy or a girl?
It's a fella.
All right.
I think. Not quite sure. For the bears on your chest. That's what I think.
Frank's got a book for you, Daryl.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got a poster too. I can't get out at the moment. I should have done it yesterday, but I am going to post it too.
Well, he may be coming up.
No, he's not. I said that I've got his address here, so I'll post it for him. He's looking forward to it as well. So we'll be doing that. And Salah showed the adaptations he made to his game. Says yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Nunez can play on the left wing if he plays at all. Yeah. I felt sorry for Nunez, in all honesty. He never got much. He didn't get much of a run out. I don't know about you, George. He didn't get much of a run out. And it was.
I like Nunez, Frank. I like him. I mean, I've criticised him quite a bit this year because of his lack of clinical touch in front of goal. He has missed lots of terrible chances, to be fair. But he's also scored a lot of goals as well. And I wouldn't lose touch with him. I think next season he might well just... I mean, one thing that frustrates me with him is he gets offside. If he would just watch the line, look along the line a little bit, and then go. Because that was a shame that goal was disallowed. It was a lovely move.
Yeah, we discussed that, George, and I said, you've heard me saying as well a few weeks back, months, he's always getting caught offside. Then all of a sudden, for a few games, he was holding the line.
Yeah.
And he's learned. Now he's back to the offside.
Yeah.
And that would have been a fantastic goal. Fantastic.
Would have been, yeah.
And a great finish by Mo.
He snatched at another one, didn't he? He was right through the goalkeeper. He hit it against the keeper again.
Yeah.
Wish he would just calm down a bit.
That's what they say.
I believe, Harry Kane, not an exciting footballer. He's actually pretty boring, but he's got this calmness about him. You cannot buy that. You got to learn that calmness that Harry Kane has, and that's what Darwin misses in his game. Just that, exactly what Kane has.
Yeah.
Just let me go through these, and I'll get right. Steve says, look, Lee Wizkid. I finished your book, George. Really enjoyed it, boss.
Oh, good. I would happy to sign it. I don't know where Lee lives, but if he's anywhere near Merseyside, if he's ever in Merseyside, tell him get in touch with me and I'll sign it for him.
Respect.
Yeah, that's lovely, that. Thank you, George. And he'll be made up with that. Will get the best, says Steve. You never walk alone out of Gakpo next season when he's played in his best position. That is left side of the attack. Okay.
Yeah.
And, evening, guys. First 70 was great. Last 70 was awful, says Tony. Treble 7. That's what I was going to say to you. When they scored 2, the crowd was subdued, and it was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And they were going on the attack constantly. And as we, JK and I and the chat was saying, young Batatic wasn't ready. Why on earth bring him in on that game?
Yeah, I felt sorry for the lad. I really did feel
I did.
sorry for him. Because he had, it's a lose-lose situation for him there. He better to wait till next season, get a full pre-season training in and start fresh.
Well, yeah, look, it's a good one from Lee here. Yeah, just hang on, I'll just go for this one. Hang on, Colin Dykes. Regarding Gakpo, he's been playing in that many positions. He's lost his identity. That's a good point. Ali, for me, Robbo almost every game is in the top 3 best players on the field. And keep it real. Hello, George.
Hello, keep it real. Yeah, I agree about that with Robbo. I love Robbo. I've always said I love him. He's been a great servant. He's consistent. He went through a little bit of a spell where he was not quite, but then he had a bad injury, didn't he? But, he's one of my favourite players, Robbo. He's great.
And you're not being biased because he's Scottish.
I am, yeah. And he's playing for Scotland in the Euros. Captain. Captain
I am. Anyway, how about this from Lee? Jota has been the biggest miss from all of our injured players this season. No Jota was hell.
I think if he'd been playing every game, Frank, we'd be Premier League champions. Because I think he would have put away a lot of the chances that Darwin has missed.
Yeah. What do you think of that, JK? That comment and what George has just said?
Yeah, I think so as well. Jota, too many injuries, but you miss him when he's not playing.
Yeah, I agree.
You miss him. Just I like his energy. What Jota is as well. He's a bit of a street footballer as well. Like he's not your robotic type of football player. He can dribble past people, and I think I like the way Klopp sort of mixes it up with sort of robotic type of football players, but he mixes it with a few flair players. Klopp always seems to do that. Like Diaz, he's his own type of guy, same as Jota. And I think if we had a fit Jota in the Palace game, the West and the Everton and West Ham game, we would have won all three. I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. The Crystal Palace game did me. That Crystal Palace game did me.
Yeah.
The stupid Everton game. I thought.
It's been a funny season, Frank, hasn't it? Because I think in any other season, and in any other club, it would be a great season to qualify for the Champions League and to win a trophy. There's only 3 trophies in England: the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup. We won one of them. Okay, it's the least important one, but that would be a good season. But we were up there. We were up there going for the Premier League, the top. We were there up until the Man United game, and then when they started missing these chances, not just in that game, but in the FA Cup game as well, and also Crystal Palace. And then we had these horrible decisions against us at Man City. The penalty should have been when McAllister was kicked in the chest, last minute of the game. That's 3 points. It's 3 points, And the same with Arsenal. You can't go on about those forever because every team has bad decisions. But ours seem to have been against our rivals, Arsenal, Spurs, and City. So we've been really unlucky, I think, in many ways.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this Vivas fella, and Gene says he's a Dutch player. Well, we gathered that, to be honest. But
so was Johan Cruyff.
Yeah, but we heard about him, didn't we? Later on, we never heard of this fella. Anyway, and Norman says the ball Gakpo played for Salah had a goal. Well done, Gakpo.
Yeah.
And he's
the ball Harvey played as well for Gakpo's header. It was a great cross.
Yeah.
Gakpo actually has been the one consistent sort of player. Like, he hasn't been great, but he's been available most of the time. Him and Diaz have been the only two sort of guys.
He's definitely improved this last month.
Yeah, definitely. You know what it is? I think what it is with Gakpo and a lot of football players, when you're going to be starting Saturday every week, you sort of uplift yourself to play them games. But when you don't know, you might get 15 here, 20 here or there. Your adrenaline isn't boosted. So sometimes it can work if you're a young player because you're just happy to be playing at Anfield. So your adrenaline will be pumping. But a bit older players, I think getting regular football, and like Salah knows he's playing every week. If he's fit, he's playing on that right-hand side. So hence why he gets a lot of goals, because he's sort of mentally already in the game, because he's known he's starting on Saturday or Sunday whenever we're playing. Very important, consistency, getting regular game time for professionals.
I think he was always going to play from the start today, wasn't he? I mean, Klopp wasn't going to leave him out today. I'm glad he did as well. I'm glad he played from the start, because he did look much more like the old Salah, I have to be honest,
That's what it takes. I think what you've seen over the last few weeks is how football fans, a guy could do how many years service Salah done for us now. Then you'll get certain fans saying, well, we should have sold him 2 years ago because he's had a few games after coming back from injury when he's never injured as well. So what did he cost us? Cost 37, 38 million. Never injured, got the most goals for us, got breaking records every week. And you're saying, let's get rid of him. Shows that how football fans have slowly sort of gone very unthankful of how players, he's got paid well, don't get me wrong, but he didn't get that wages he's getting now when he first walked through the doors. He's worked for them wages, It is like Man United, where a lot of players go to Man United just for the wages. They get straight away, they walk in, they're getting 350. Salah actually worked for his wages, and people are saying it's too much. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
no. He's the
We could
perfect
never
professional.
repay. We could never repay Salah for what he's done for Liverpool. He's been an absolute phenomenon ever since the day he joined us, and we didn't pay too much for him either, did we? You know. Hey, by the way, JK, did you see that attempt by Trent Alexander for that long goal from his own half? That would have been some goal, wouldn't it? If that had gone in, that would have been some goal.
He needed like a 5%. When he hit it first, I thought he was going in because that's Trent. You know, he's capable of doing that. I think if he hit it 5% less hard, that would have dropped in nicely.
It dropped in, yeah. It's just very unlucky. It's only sort of him can do that. You know, he spots some things, doesn't he? And does it, you know. But I think a lot of trouble for us came down that position. No, that when Trent moves out of right back into the middle or he runs around and will leave a bit of leaves Kwanzaa and Van Dijk a bit exposed. He did in the last 20 minutes. I was quite surprised how easy it was for Spurs to cut through us.
Did you see how?
I was really worried. I thought they might equalise even.
But I think, like the first half and the early parts of the second half, the way Trent was sticking to the right-hand side, he was great. You know, as soon as he starts drifting, drifts sometimes, but when he starts the game straight away, he's in that sort of DM position.
Yeah, and leaves gaps at the back.
He leaves gaps at the back, and it upsets the defence. You know, for me, defenders who only have to cover defenders on a counter attack sometimes, but not in like usual play and stuff. And I think Trent today he started the game great, first half, second half, and then slowly started. We went a bit pear shaped for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. 1983.
We're going on about bleeding tellies, look. No, man, in 1983, we got our first video recorded. My mum taped the League Cup final versus United on it. Then my sister taped Top of the Pops over with the boy George. The very first film and I did was with a video. You know, tape tapes. And anyway, Tony Snell said, there's a rush. I went, right, you know, rush with this tape. So anyway, I went up to our kids. I said, have a look at that, see what you think. He had to let me know tomorrow. Will you have it? He said, yeah, will do. So I phoned up a couple of days later. And I said, Gerard, have you got I said, I've got to bring it back, you know, to Tony. I said, I'll call for it because I was driving then. I'll call for it on my way down from work. So, because I was only working in the university by where he lives. And he went, Francis, I said, what? She taped over it. Emmerdale Farm. She loves Emmerdale Farm. Over the rush, right through. It was a special episode or something. So they were dangerous things, those videos, those tapes. Do you know what he said? Well, it's a good tape. It's a VHS. I said, I'm not bothered. I said, you know, that's it's mad. Anyway, let's see. Come on. Dorothy says, never an opportunity missed, George. The lost Shankly boy. Isn't that lovely?
Dorothy's she's a lovely person, Dorothy. She gets in touch with me quite a lot, you know.
And when you ask if what Redbirds was, there's the answer. Spot on, Frank. Birds on my chest. Birds on my chest. Redbirds, Ellis.
Absolutely. Brilliant.
Oh, look. 12th man. It's the 12th.
Bless, bro. 12th man.
Hang on a minute. Oh, thank you. I'm in Leicester for my sins, but lovely offer. Cheers. I don't know who's that to. And Lee says Batatic needed to play to remember what it is at the very yeah, but it was the wrong game. We know that. But they came back and scored 2 goals. There was big gaps in the middle. Like, as soon as Enzo went off, bang, that was it. And
he should only play when he's ready to play 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That won't be till next year. Next season.
It's the 12th. Big up to my Reds in the chat and to the panel. 2 more matches to enjoy this great manager before he leaves. Up to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll win both of them.
I wanted a clean sheet today. After going 4-0 up, I just wanted a 0. I just wanted a 0 for them, you know. Yeah.
And do you know what I watched last night? And it's still the best goal I've ever seen in club football. And there's been some magnificent goals. And I'm talking all over the world, by the way. I'm talking unbelievable goals. The best goal I've ever seen, and I was sat there as a witness to it, was the 7-0 drubbing of Spurs. And it was
You were going to say that.
That was the best. It was bink, 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 bink. And he ran from our own half, penalty area. And he ran right through, and he knew. It was an incredible goal.
Yeah.
And it was Eddie. Beating Barry Davies.
Brilliant.
Thought, wow. And, you know, when I seen the 4-0 today, George, I thought we was going to do another one.
Well, I thought we could have done. I mean, Salah missed a tap in, didn't he, for the start? We had one offside.
Astrophysics came into our discussions, and there's Jason.
I don't know what he was trying to do there. We were right behind it, you know.
You know what happened there, George? The guy who was about to kick the ball in front of Salah thought he was going to meet it. And what happened, he didn't meet it, so it ended up hitting Salah's body. And it was just funny. He's like, I knew that would have happened because like if the guy kicked it, he would have gone out of the box. But the guy missed the ball completely. Salah didn't expect that. That's what it was.
No.
Well, I said to my son, I said, Kevin, I'll be 80 in October and I would have scored that. With my head.
See, the way I looked at it, as it came to him, he was moving to his left. So the ball was coming to his right. So he couldn't adjust himself.
Yeah,
and he just had to go because it was that quick. And it just went south.
Yeah. He was
great anyway. And, you know, he got his assist for young Harvey, didn't he?
He did.
He put it in, and Harvey just went on and bang.
Brilliant. I'm so pleased for the lad.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't stop playing. Yeah, there's a link for George. I'm going to bring that on. Would you mind? Let's see. It's there. Oh, there's look at that. I think that's one of the best, though.
Lovely, that, isn't it?
Yes.
That Gene.
Yeah, James, yeah. And to be honest, like if you're going away and that looks cool, you know, in the heat, and that just looks great. Great colour. Yeah. White goes with anything, to be honest. Absolutely brilliant. And a link for George. Just let me go through these, please. There's the you know, he's a friend of mine.
That's
Michael Dean and his lovely wife Jane.
Yeah, I know him.
And these are the small businesses that we support.
That's a great.
Yeah. They're just lovely people. And, there's Jamie's football chat. 4 minutes. 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 4 Wonder if anyone will tell him that I put us football.
There's a data man there, K-Mac.
K-Mac. Someone said on the show the other night, where's K-Mac with his spreadsheet? You know, the stats.
They're working on the data. Here's Marius. He's run off into the distance on these marathons he runs.
Yeah, I'm very surprised actually. Because we were going to go over, weren't we, and to Athens. That's fell through now. That's fell through.
He'd have had to carry me on his back.
Yeah, I feel disappointed. That's right.
No, there's some great books there. He's a great author, Jeff.
Yeah, of course.
Bringing 2 new ones this year.
And the Lost Shankly boy, George Scott's Anfield, yeah.
Look at the hair.
So we had to put that on, lads. And George Sheffield, lovely man.
Big George.
Fantastic book written by a true LFC legend, and that's the forward by Jürgen, a little testimony. And I love that title. We had dreams and songs to sing.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's that's a sanctuary for horses. Isn't that great? All the horses are there, friends. Every one.
I bet they speak more sense than some people.
Yeah, nice horses as well.
Nay.
That's our new signings for next season sorted. Pictures already done.
Vivas, that fella, the horse in the front was Vivas.
Yeah. You look like a Vivas.
I said to JK, I said, do you know who that is? And he went, no. I thought JK and no. I've had a clue. And do you say Salah has earned it?
Yeah.
Wages.
Talking about.
Absolutely.
25. Hang on, the 12th man says, if Trent made that shot, it would have been Xabi Alonso-esque, yeah?
Yeah, we were talking about that when you went out, Frank.
Wow.
Amazing.
I thought it was going in.
Did, yeah. It come right towards us. I thought, oh, goal, it's nearly in. What a goal that would have been.
Oh. And Steve 25. Harry Kane is not boring. He's just a great all-round player. Would be the missing piece of the puzzle for the Reds. We need clinical, and that's what he is, in my opinion.
He's a great player. He's a great
100%.
player. His record speaks for itself.
No, I mean boring in that way of he doesn't excite me when I watch him play, but Darwin does. But Darwin needs what Kane's got, and there's that clinical finishing touch to his game, you know.
I'm getting told off by Dorothy. She says, Frank, it's you not catching up quick enough, which is why we're all out of sync. Okay, so, you know, there's nothing I can do because I really need to get as many comments in as possible. That's why I've gone right down to now. And hang on, let's see what Paul Cross says here. And that was sent 5 minutes ago. That cross by Steve Ivo was unbelievable for Terry Mack to score that header in the 7-0 game. It's also the best goal I've ever seen. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's unbelievable. And I was watching the San Etienne game as well.
Yeah.
I was in there. I was in the middle of the cup.
I was.
In a boat. And Rebecca scored that. It's the most powerful noise I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I went to the 2 Chelsea semis. I went to most of them, to be honest, at Anfield, and that was incredible. That noise, I've never heard a noise like it in all my life.
Great game as well, wasn't it? It was a great game.
Oh,
Two great sides,
And when you look at the Barca game, George,
nobody else has ever done that.
Wow.
Being held down.
Wow. You know what I mean? See, why they say, well, how come it was the biggest noise? Because the likes of 26,000 stood on the cop.
Yeah,
not like what's there today. And they all stood, and they were all swaying, they were all shouting, they were all singing. It was incredible. And when Davy went through, great ball by Kennedy.
Was.
Just looked at it. And that was planned.
Davy Fairclough was quick. He was quick.
Very quick.
And they couldn't catch him.
No. Very quick. And
lovely man.
It was like planned, because Kennedy, I think the way Kennedy said to Davy, look, if I get a ball, just run forwards and I'll try and get it over to you. And he did.
But Frank, those were the days when you paid at the gates, and the gates were closed an hour before kickoff.
Yeah,
closed.
Right.
There wasn't anybody else in. And the noise, even up to kickoff, was incredible.
Tell you another unbelievable sound as well was the Inter Milan game when we beat them 3-1. It should have been 4-1 actually, but when we beat them then.
The last game I watched as a player.
And what does the 12th say? He's agreed he probably won't see them at Villa, and possibly not even at Wolves unless it's a similar setting. I don't know what I'm sorry there.
Probably Bajcetic, I think.
Say that again.
Bajcetic.
Oh, Bajcetic, yeah.
Bajcetic, yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it was 7-0, 4-0. So the timing, the score was sort of right for him to come on. I think it was just 10 minutes too early.
Yeah, I mean, we could have got another couple of goals, couldn't we?
Yep.
The way we were playing.
Yeah. Got a goal difference higher,
When the pictures came up there before, and the horses, she says, I love horses, says Jean. I wanted to be a jockey when I was a little, but they told me girls can't be jockeys.
Yeah, now they win the Grand National.
Yeah, certainly did. I'll answer to that though. Anyway, Paul Turner. Kevin Keegan scoring after 2 minutes against San Etienne from the touchline. My all-time favourite game. Yeah, Paul, mine too. Just because of the atmosphere, because of the everything, we were beaten away at San Etienne 1-0. They were a brilliant side. Rocheteau, Bethany, Six, they were all, seasoned international, and France were a fantastic side then.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I was right behind when Bethany scored. Never forget it. And the ball went like that, and it swept. It went both ways.
Anfield Road end, yeah.
And the other fella, Clarence, the greatest goalkeeper in the world at the time.
No chance.
He didn't know what way to go as he was in mid-air.
And their fans were singing, what was it? Allez le Vert.
Allez le Vert, yeah.
We started singing Allez le Rouge.
Yeah.
Allez le Rouge, Reds. Didn't know I knew French, did you?
I think you're brilliant. I love the accent. You reminded me of Charles Navor.
Scottish French.
The Scottish Charles Navor.
Yeah.
She may be a dream I can forget. That's Charles Navor.
Charles Navor, yeah.
Charles Navor, that's.
Yeah. She may be the game.
Anyway, W. Hey Frank, what cell are you getting? I'm getting a Brava Smart million-inch, to be fair, Ian McHale. Telly. It's going to go right across my big wall.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm getting.
Million-inch video.
So it's somewhat smarter, isn't it? Going to the Empire Theatre for Bill Shankly's FA Cup farewell with Kevin Keegan, Ian Kelly, Alan Kennedy, and Bill's daughter. Looking forward to it. That's Karen Gill, isn't it?
Yeah, Karen Gill, yeah. He's the other granddaughter, Emma Cation. Lovely.
Lovely, Karen. Really lovely.
That'd be a good show, that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I was looking forward to going over to see Marios, because I would have sent her a message to meet up with us because she lives in Athens.
That's right, she does, yeah.
And I was going to send her a message. We'll be there on the such a date. Can you come and meet us? Name the place and we'll be there for you. But Marios, salute.
We'll have to get him back on.
Yeah, I was too busy running marathons.
Yeah, he's got quite an active life over there in Athens. A different time schedule as well for the evening.
TW, what's happening with the head coach slot? Has he signed on the door? No.
He said today it hasn't been confirmed yet.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I had a rocket horse once, just my rocket tied.
Keeled over.
I always remember going to the wash house with my Auntie Mary, and used to have a little nursery there, right? And they had this rocking horse, they had all these other little mad things, that you could play with. Anyway, I jumped on it, and the woman came over to me. She said, "What are you doing on that?" I said, "I'm riding it." She said, "Get up. You're too old." I said, "I'm only 16. All the little kids were crying, wanting to get up. But anyway. James Trafford's will cost 20 million. Who's he?
Who's he?
Burnley goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah. He's a young goalkeeper. Yeah, he's a good keeper, him.
Is he? Yeah. Oh. So the other fella's going.
He's only 20 years old.
Ali's going. He's going.
Be interesting to see that.
James Trafford. Who does he play for?
He's a Burnley goalkeeper, Frank. He's a good keeper, a young lad. He's going to be a good keeper, him.
He's from Man City, yeah.
So, Man City said that he was no good for them.
Yeah, but they said Man City let the other guy go who's pulling up trees for Chelsea.
Palmer, yeah.
Yeah. He's not. That just shows you how bad the game is now, Frank. That lad scored 20 goals this season for Chelsea, and he's surplus the requirements at City.
Oh yeah, look.
So how's that fair?
Norman says, "I'm staying over Saturday, 1st of June at Hotel Anfield. If I drop your book off at Frank's, can you sign it? I will pick it up from Frank." No, you don't have to wait next season. Just come down.
Is he staying at Hotel Anfield?
Yeah.
Oh, I can meet him there and sign it.
You're sorted. You're sorted.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Oh, that's great, though. There you go. You're sorted, Norman. No problem with George.
Just come down and sign it for you.
Just keep us in the loop, and George will be there for you.
Yeah.
Chris, many young or ill-informed fans, because the media is USA Corp owned, yes, do not comprehend Fenway stole LFC via GH Exeter, and are only assessed building top 4 is their limit. They sell your info to sponsors.
Yeah.
That's a bit. So anyway, lads, George signed mine as well. Happy. Yeah.
I've signed it.
I've got it for you. He
Yeah.
doesn't listen. I said I'm going to send it down, post it to you.
I've signed and dedicated it to you.
I showed him
I went
it.
to Frank.
I was on here and I went, yeah, look, there's your book. Showed him it. And he went,
he's lying on that mattress up against his wall.
Great, George. I will be there Saturday, June the 1st. My wife and daughter are going to a concert. Thanks, Frank and George. I don't thank me, mate.
We'll sort something out. We'll definitely sort. 1st of June. I'll put it in my diary.
Oh, yeah. Look. Travel. No, I said I'm well happy. I know he already signed it, Frank. That doesn't sound you can sign money. George, sign my. Oh, yeah, sign man. Okay. I give up sometimes. It's the lack of me. But anyway. So listen, the next pod, I want you and George to come out with the next pod. Do you want it on Tuesday as usual?
And Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally come Tuesday. I think I'm just wondering whether Thursday might be better for me.
Okay. Okay. No.
I think I've got something on Tuesday that I might be, Not
another book signing, is it?
No, I was doing a after dinner talk the other day, and agreed to meet guys from that because we raised about £400 for the blood cancer charity Friday night. Yeah, so I got to go and sort something out there on Tuesday. I should be okay Thursday, Frank, if you have them on Thursday.
Okay. Brilliant. Absolutely. Amazed up with that. Anybody got any views on Diaz? I'm worried he is not really wanting to stay, hence why he looks a lost bot. He kept slipping over today.
Yeah, but he put the yards in. He really works hard, I thought, today.
He works hard.
He was everywhere, wasn't he? He was everywhere. And Jay, this is Jay, I know Jay. Does anyone want anything signed from me? I'll be at Frank's.
Yeah.
Eminem is much more famous than me.
Yeah. What, Frank wakes up in the morning, there's about 1 million people outside. I ain't got enough tea bags.
It'd be like the old FA Cup ties with Liverpool and Everton queuing right around Stanley Park.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Funny enough, I looked at an old photograph of Liverpool fans going back to the 60s, George, and you see them right around from, like, say, the what we look today is the main stand, right down towards the pub, right along the Cop, right around for tickets.
Well, you know where we lived? Me and Gordon Wallace and Bobby Graham, we lived in 258 Anfield Road. The big white house opposite the Arkles, there's 3 bedrooms. It's still there. Yeah. And the press used to come into our bedroom, open the windows and take photographs of the crowd queuing right down Hutton Avenue for a derby game. I mean, it used to be unbelievable. Queuing for tickets about 4 hours before the ticket office opened.
And, cup matches. Because the FA Cup was magic for us, wasn't it? It was a magic time for every club.
The tickets still sold out.
Yeah. Incredible. And
Eminem.
It's just, well, all right. So I'll we'll finish on this now, boys and girls. And Darrell, oh yeah, it's controversial. I want Nunez gone.
No, Darrell. No. I don't want anybody gone except Thiago and Matip and Adrian.
Yeah. And question for George, says Paul Turner and Frank. Where did you want the FA Cup game versus Everton when it was televised back at Anfield? Yeah, it was on the big screen, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100,000 people watched that game. The first time they ever did that, wasn't it? Closed circuit, big screen at Goodison Park. Game was at Goodison Park, big screen at Anfield, yeah.
And it worked well, you know.
Brilliant. It was amazing.
But it worked well.
Is that the game Alan Ball scored the winner? 1-0.
Was it that one? I don't know.
Yeah, the game Tommy Lawrence, when Tommy Lawrence was interviewed, and he said he played in the game, and Alan Ball scored 1-0, 1967, the derby. I'm not sure if it was, but it was an amazing game.
I'm not quite so sure.
I'll have to check that, yeah.
I'm not quite so sure. Because I was at Main Road when Terry McDermott scored that unbelievable chip against Bobby Nims.
Yeah, the semi-final.
The way he just got it and just took out an Everton player, looked up, seen Nims out of his goal and just chipped it.
A great player, Terry, wasn't he? Underestimated.
Oh, one of my faves. And Ray Kennedy. I tell you, he never gets mentioned, really. And he was dead hard and running everywhere and tackling and scoring goals as well. Scored some great. Because it just reminded me when I started watching all the old Liverpool games, just highlights.
Yeah.
Steve McMahon.
Yeah, he was good. Tough as teak. Good midfielder. Mulby was good as well, wasn't he? Jan Mulby, he was a good midfielder.
Oh, I know Jan as well. I know him. Got pictures of him here with me.
He was really laid back, wasn't he? And he made the ball do the work, Passing was brilliant. Somebody told me that Bob Paisley shouted to him once on the pitch. He said, "Hey, Jan, get warmed up, son. They're coming off."
That's how good he was, wasn't he? He just stood in the middle of the pitch.
Never broke sweat.
How beautiful. And,
I just want to say Gene and Brighton are good at predictions. They said 4-2 today.
Wow.
Now, but they've got a few right. It's weird. They've got a few right exactly like sort of the same time. They're pretty good at predictions. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I said 2-0.
Used to pay £4 to get into the Cup when trying to look like a junior on the turnstile. Stopped working for £2.50. Was always friendly steward on Kemlin Road Gate who let me in for a fiver if needed into the Cup. As I said before, that kid brought me up, our Stevie. But get on your knees now. He used to have me looking out of the bus window shouting, "There's the Momo, look at the Momo," so he wouldn't pay for me fare. He's a big lad. And getting on my hands and knees, going under the... Oh, I was murder.
Yeah.
Like crawling in like this. Oh, I was shocking. But no one used to be on the other side. You just had the lad on the, the man on the
style, yeah. It was easy to sneak in.
Yeah, and he was just taking the money. He wasn't worried, was he? He wasn't worried. It's just nuts. Anyway, just let's finish on with these. Darrell says Steve Nicol was quality.
Yeah.
Lee says I buzzed off Bobby Nims. Great show, Frank. George, JK. See you all Thursday, if not before.
Bless, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we'll be doing one. I think we are on Tuesday because we've got to keep Tuesday going. To be honest to you, W. Remember when McMahon kept the ball in? Yeah, versus Arsenal. That was incredible. Do you ever remember that, George?
Yeah,
Beat the player, ran forward and passed it. Goal. Incredible. So, yeah, I do remember that, Steve. Stevie Mac was my guy with his hair flashing behind and jumped the flank cutting into mid. Mulby could land the ball on a six.
Brilliant passer of the ball. He had a sort of Scouse accent with Danish Scouse accent.
30 years last week, I was on the Cup versus Norwich.
Yeah.
When Jeremy Goss scored. In that end stanza, remember Joe Fagan walking with
Messi and Joe and Bill.
Yeah. I'm missing you all on stream, says Tom. And let's see what this is. It's a seared into the retinas of my eyes for eternity, that moment as he kept it in, then motored away. He's talking about Steve McMahon and that.
We had some great memories at Anfield, haven't we? By God.
Beardsley goal in that game versus Arsenal. Magical, brilliant, pocket, genius. Yeah. And the other fella got shot at him, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a great player, Peter Beardsley.
Unbelievable player. You could do with a Steve McMahon now. What a player. Great days. TW. You'd agree with you there. You'd agree with you. So listen, I'm letting the lads go now. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you for your wonderful comments. Sorry that I couldn't read them all out, but at least we did get through some. And if you haven't subscribed to your lot out there, can you just subscribe? Costs nothing. Get the algorithm out there.
Yeah, Frank, if I'm back in time on Tuesday, I'll try and come in, even if it's halfway through, if you don't mind.
Oh, brilliant. No, it'd be fantastic. But you're still coming on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
That'll do me, George. You're okay, aren't you, JK?
Yeah, sound.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we've only got 2 games left now, Villa and Wolves, isn't it? Villa and Wolves.
Enjoy them.
And then it's international football.
We all sport in Scotland.
Wheel and Spackman and McMahon were great, says Lee.
Yeah.
Nigel Spackman never gets mentioned either.
Good player.
From Chelsea. Yeah, good show. Enjoy the win. And the rest of your weekend, my Red, says the 12th.
That's 12th man. Thank you. Good luck over there in America.
Bro. Thank you.
Subscribe to my boy.
Go on. What's you say, Jay?
No, I was just going to say subscribe to Liverpool 12th man as well. I'll put the link in the
please. He's a good lad.
He's a good lad, yeah.
He's a good lad. Pity he wasn't on tonight. Let him come on Tuesday.
He watched the game at like 6:30 in the morning. You know? That's dedication.
Right, yes. This is it. Time schedule is different, isn't it?
Yeah. We take it for granted that we have it in the afternoon after we've ate something, whatever, you know. Them guys in the States and stuff, and say in Asia, they get up at crazy hours to watch Liverpool play.
Oh, yeah. They have parties also. Breakfast, have the game at breakfast time.
Yep. Yeah.
How about this comment? The late Atty Jakes would sort your back out with a good massage.
Yes, you could do mine as well, because I've got a bit of a bad back at the moment from my golf. I'd love Atty Jakes to get her hands on it. He was a big girl.
I was at a testimonial match versus England. Mulby ran from one side of the pitch just before the halfway line, keeping the ball up, juggling past the England midfield, 16th of May, 1988. Alan Hanson's testimonial. That's great. That's just great memes, Dan. Great memes. Great podcast, Frank. Best one on YouTube, especially having a Shankly legend. No other podcaster has ex-players on, says Paul Turner. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. You're very kind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Lee says, I've never been to an international football match. Only club football one.
Yeah. Get up there and see Scotland at Hampden Park.
Well, Euro 90, I was used to, on the Cop in the Azori colours.
Yeah.
So I used to have this great silk shirt and a pair of off-white linen kicks. Yeah, no, white.
I remember when they won the World Cup. Remember when they won the World Cup, the Azzurri? And fantastic. What a team they had then. What year was that, Frank? What year was that? Back
1984 or 86? Tarzelli.
98. Yeah, fabulous. Scalacci. Was it Scalacci?
Scalacci, yeah.
He scored loads of goals.
And I tell you,
Rossi,
Paolo Rossi scored 3, didn't he? Got a hat-trick. But Cannavaro later on, I don't know what year it was. Cannavaro was going around Circus Maximus rather, and going around, you know, they were all there. It was absolutely all the fans. Fantastic.
Remember, Rossi missed a penalty. He put it over the bar, didn't he?
Yeah.
Against Brazil.
Yeah. Incredible it was.
That's good.
Yeah. Frank was out to say, oh, Maitland. Listen, I'm going before you're all getting carried away.
I'm going for my nightcap now.
Thank you so much, George. Thank you, JK. Thank you. And,
thanks, Frank. Thanks, Frankie. Thanks as always. It's been great. Thank you. Thanks, JK, and thanks to all the lads phoning in, chatting in, writing in. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'll hopefully see you some of the time on Tuesday night, Frank. Anyway,
you will. Hopefully, thank you, George.
As soon as I can. All right.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Good night, boys. God bless. Good night.
Good night, George. Good night. And thanks, everyone, and thank you so much. And I'll see you all on Tuesday, JK and myself, and a little bit of George as well. So we never know what's being come Tuesday. We don't know what's being in the post, you know, what's in the papers, what the rumours are, if we're going to sign this Beavers and this other fella who I've never heard of. Anyway, so I'll see you all. Thank you so much for joining us, JK and George and myself. Thank you so much.